We got double dose of 24 coming up. Joe Creedy for you, Dom.
There we go. Creedy.
Creedy, my favorite White Sox player of all time.
Great third baseman.
Not counting Griffey, because he was briefly a Sox. That doesn't count.
Yeah, please.
Ooh! Man, again, this is what we say about the Diamonds, guys. This is proof. I tell you guys all the time, the best series in the room, everything is headliner quality. Nothing shady here except for Shady McCoy.
There we go.
It's LaShawn McCoy, baby. The Eagle authentic Jeremiah Greco, NFC East, one of the best running backs in the 2000s. Hit him with that spin move. Multi-time Pro Bowler, former league leader in yards and touchdowns, more than 10,000 yards for his career, Dom. If you look at the receiving yards, he's looking at about 15,000 for his career. My opinion, he should be in the Hall of Fame. Regardless, one of the best running backs of my childhood, LaShawn McCoy for Jeremiah Greco.
Picked him number 1 in the fantasy draft before, Shady McCoy. Mm-hmm. I love the Eagles helmets, that eagle green, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
And got the wings, awesome. Shady McCoy, great nickname too.
He's awesome.
I think there's only 2 people, Slim Shady and Shady McCoy, that can pull off the Shady nickname.
That works. I know I certainly can't. So, as my girlfriend says, you're too white, Common. But good hit, LaShawn McCoy for Jeremiah. I covered a few Chief games in my time at the TV station in Missouri. That was in that first Super Bowl run. It was the Texans game, the crazy comeback, and LaShawn McCoy was in the locker room. And of all the Chief players, he was the most fun personality. He wore like cheetah boxers, and he was just a hoot. This guy is hilarious, LaShawn McCoy.
I think he's doing TV now, right?
I think so, which makes sense. He's a great personality. Mm-hmm. Guy's awesome. I love that one. Now is Jeremiah Greco going to double up in the NFC East?
Possibility.
Possibility. This was the new series now.
Oh, that was a new series.
So he's looking for the Emmitt Smith. And would you look at that? Jeremiah Greco's got the AFC South.
Uh-oh.
He's got a 50% chance at a Hall of Fame running back. Emmitt Smith or Marshall Faulk. Unless the filler is also a Hall of Fame running back, which it could be.
Could be.
John Riggins, he's a filler I've seen before. Could be a Hall of Famer in the NFC East. So who knows? Earl Campbell, filler, could be a Hall of Famer in the AFC South. Craig Crenshaw says, I hope not, because Craig Crenshaw wants the AFC East or AFC West. Okay, Craig. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Box 24 here. Double the boxes, double the fun, Dom.
24.
Nice.
Jack Bauer number.
Jack Bauer. And you watched that show?
No, but I remember I always see the commercials watching MLB playoffs.
Well, we were just talking about this. Talk about wishing into existence. Marshall.
There you go.
Jeremiah Greco with the untraditional double up. 2 different spots. He gets wins with both of them. Obviously, Marshall Faulk is worth considerably more than $190. LaShawn McCoy worth considerably more than $180 even, Dom, in that break. One of the best running backs of all time, Marshall Faulk. One of 3 guys with 1,000 rush yards, 1,000 receiving yards. He was a former MVP with the Rams, a Super Bowl champion, top 10 all-time in rushing touchdowns, and offensive rookie of the year with the Colts, though, Marshall Faulk.
Yep.
Kind of like Eric Dickerson, played with the Colts and the Rams.
They have both Hall of Fame running backs, 2 of the greatest running backs of all time. Obviously, Marshall Faulk playing on the greatest show of all time.
The best offense ever.
Would have been fun to just see him, a couple years with Peyton.
Oof.
I know they had Edgerrin James, great running back.
That
Edgerrin James
fair,
was, but
though.
Peyton Manning and Marshall Faulk both in their prime together.
And Edgerrin James was a really good runner, but Peyton Manning's a great passer, great pass catcher.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been dangerous. Closer magic did not work, says Craig. Lucky, says Brandon. Brandon, there's Colts all over the break room.
Yep.
Don't get glued to that headliner graphic. We've had Jonathan Taylor and Marshall Faulk as fillers, Dom.
Yes, sir.
Robert Mathis, Dwight Freeney, all guys we get as co-fillers. Dallas Clark I've seen before. Even Reggie Wayne usually would be a headliner, but who knows? Who's to say? I've seen crazier things happen. Good job, Jeremiah Marshall Faulk. Now, Cowboy fans out there, if you're a Cowboy fan, I am rushing to that diamond single, and I am rushing fast. Because there is 2 boxes left in the old series. One of them is Emmitt Smith.
3.
Is it 3?
Yeah, 3 boxes.
Oh, it is 3 left now. Excuse me. 3 left. So 1 in 3 chance at Emmitt Smith in that single. You can also get Emmitt Smith and double up in the NFC East with the new series, Dom. So
there you go.
Either way, odds are pretty good. We do get Marvin Harrison as well, Brandon. It has been a hot minute. But typically Marvin Harrison, I would say, would definitely be a headliner. But Marvin Harrison, probably the most, well, besides Steve Largent, he's his own category. Steve Largent doesn't count because nobody knows how good he is. Nobody cares about Steve Largent. The guy's a beast. Outside of Steve Largent, the most underrated receiver of all time, Marvin Harrison.
Ooh.
There's only 2 guys ever that are top 5 all time in catches and top 5 all time in touchdown catches. Do you know who those 2 guys are?
Marvin Harrison.
Yes.
And Jerry Rice.
That's it.
There you go.
That's the list.
Yep.
So there we go. Any 4-1-1 on the college QB Manning kid? What do you mean 4-1-1, George Rodine?
Arch Manning?
Texas?
Manning? I know Quinn Ewers is coming back, so it looks like Arch Manning's going to be at least start the year as the second string quarterback in Texas. But who knows? Ewers. There's talk about him being a first round pick. I don't really see it, but they did go to the playoff this year. Though,
he'll be an NFL quarterback.
Oh,
whether it's second round, third round, whether he's a starter or a bench player, he'll find his way on an NFL roster somewhere, and he'll get paid. So information on him, he's a backup right now, George.
Yep.
A lot of talent, but we'll see what happens with them. Now, we do have a Manning that we have no doubt about, Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning Authentic is out there. It's actually a half Colts and a half Broncos lid. If you watch the video, it spins around. It's a 1 in 4 football item, so there's no confusion about the division here, Dom. Half Colts, half Broncos.
Yes, sir.
We're looking over Peyton Manning Authentics here, and these are going for $1,000 on Fanatics.com. Peyton Manning Colts Authentic right there. So that's a pretty expensive lid here, Dom. Actually, here's the half and half right here. The exact same one we have, Dom. Broncos and Colts half and half. $1,200 retail value on Fanatics.
There you go.
So that's the official Fanatics price. So I know on eBay you could find it a little bit cheaper perhaps, but the going rate on Fanatics, if you're going to buy from a legit place, $1,200, Dom.
There you go.
That's not bad. Not bad. Practice squad is ready.
Practice squad double.
Doubling up. Practice squad. We talking about practice. Who wouldn't want Omaha? I don't know, George. Not that much action in that 1 in 4 right now, so I'm not sure. I do love Peyton Manning. He's my first true love, Dom.
There you go.
Peyton Manning's my guy as a kid. Patrick Mahomes is my guy right now. You never forget your first love.
Absolutely. Peyton Manning, awesome quarterback. That 1 in 4 is loaded right now. I can't believe it's so quiet.
Weird. Do you have a first love on the sports world?
Oh, it's Brett Favre.
Brett Favre?
Brett Favre,
That's fair.
Always. That was the first football game I ever watched. Rams, Packers, tell everybody about it when Favre threw 6 picks. And I'm like, that's awesome.
That's my guy.
Yeah, 6 picks.
He never gave up.
He kept throwing.
So, there you go. Adams putting a trade offer out there. Rod Woodson for the Colts. Brandon's in this practice squad. 8-20. Thank you, Brandon. 8-20 coming up. We will rock and roll with the practice squad. We got Troy Aikman and Barry Sanders box numbers. Talking about practice. We had a fun little sixer hit in the 1 in 4 yesterday. Maurice Cheeks.
There you go.
A nice little filler hit.
Couple sixers in that 1 in 4. I pulled a Allen Iverson Funko.
And I pulled the Dr. Julius Irving yesterday as well.
There you go.
So, alright, thank you, Dom. We got 8-20 coming up in the practice squad. Chris, Juan, Heather, Brandon, Christopher, Ripka, and Heather Livingston again. Practice squad double. Heather sitting there thinking, roll tide, let's go, Sean Alexander. Oof. Tough. This over's looking really bad, Dom.
What's the score now?
47-37 at the half.
Let's go, Bulls. Score a little bit. Have some pride.
That's tough.
Have some pride, Bulls.
They're on pace for 168 points. Good news is that I've won a lot betting this week, Dom, so I can afford to lose one. The Rangers and Tigers yesterday were highly profitable.
There you go.
There was a lot of runs scored, which is what I needed.
There was a deposit bonus on a site today, so I came out of retirement and I put some money on my Philadelphia Phillies against They're playing the great Chicago White Sox.
Is that 7-0?
7-0. The White Sox do not have a hit right now.
Oh, gosh.
There we go. Let's go, baby.
Speaking of pride. Speaking of 7 clicks on the dice roll. Craig says, I'd love that to have that Sean Alexander. There you go, Craig. All right, Mr. Crenshaw. We got Brandon Van Leer, the NFC North. Christopher Ripka, the NFC South. Chris Kohlers got the NFC East. Heather Livingston, all about the Roll Tide. Once the Bama legend, Sean Alexander. Brandon Van Leer, AFC North. Heather, AFC South and East. And Juan, you've got the AFC West in the practice squad double. By the way, 4 boxes down. The first 10 boxes get their own secret chase wheel spin for the program tonight.
Already got them in the chase.
So hurry up and get in now.